What if, like, I've just gone all these years with only dating girls who are emotionally unavailable, and maybe I'm just only in love with unavailable people?
That's totally possible.
Yeah.
I think it's
What
possible.
sexuality is that?
Broken.
Very special guest today. I have comedian, musician, writer, person, Lane Moore.
Hi.
25 from Miami. I think I identify as bisexual. I say I think because I've never been in love. Oh. I've hooked up with guys and girls, and to me they're completely different experiences, but I can't find myself needing one experience more than the other. I've never been exclusively romantic with a woman. I've tried, but I think I just continuously fall for people that are unavailable. I want to date a woman, but I would also feel terrible if I had to break things off, because it turned out that the part of me that wants to be emotionally involved with a girl was just a trial run. Do I try to find someone and be completely honest where I am on the spectrum of my sexual identity? Or should I just attempt to date and just figure it out as I go along?
Bisexuals face this like horrible thing where it's like when you date guys, you don't want to tell them that you're into girls because then they're going to fetishize that potentially, and you can't tell lesbians that you're into men because they're going to think that you're like not really gay or something like that. It's this horrible, horrible situation where you feel like you can't win and you have no community. No wonder you think you identify as bisexual. I would not be surprised if you are not totally thrilled to identify as bisexual, because it's a mixed bag, and it's a word that is really difficult for a lot of people because it comes with all this bullshit baggage. So I'm not surprised you're like freaked out to use it.
Yeah.
You're allowed to identify as bisexual even if you're not sure. You can do it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like when I hear people say like, oh, I think I, feel a certain way, then like you do. It's fine. That's okay.
Yeah. I've been telling my family for years that I identify as lesbian, and they're still like, are you sure? So even if you do identify as something, indefinitely, people are going to be weary anyway, so you might as well just identify with what you feel like you identify with best at the moment.
Absolutely, and it can change. Like you could identify as bisexual now, and then maybe it doesn't work out or something, and there are people who can identify as lesbian, and then they're like, oh shit, I'm attracted to a man, and that's, who cares?
Yeah.
Who's keeping track? No one's keeping track, I don't think.
Somebody's keeping track.
Someone's keeping track.
But it's not me.
No.
Certainly not me.
I don't have a notebook.
You've tried to be with women, but you've ended up kind of falling for unavailable people, which is kind of like maybe you're afraid to, because I think when I would like, fall for like girls who were like, don't date me, and I was like, but I love you. Respect that you want to look out for the other person, obviously, like someone that you haven't even met, you're trying to like look out for them, which is sweet.
Yeah.
But also, even if it is a woman that's interested in you back and is available and you're not interested in her, it doesn't mean that you're not bisexual. Maybe it just means you weren't interested in her.
True. I feel like there's the potential for, if you do date a woman again, to like blame yourself for like getting her entangled with, someone who wasn't really gay or whatever, and I don't want you to do that, because that would make my heart super sad. What you're kind of doing, even if you don't realize it, by defining this, is you're apologizing for not knowing your sexuality, and you don't need to apologize for that. Whoever your person is, I think a lot of this shit will disappear from your head because they're so great, and what you guys have together is so great. You won't even be thinking about having to define it. I think a lot of these other girls, you knew it wasn't right, so it's easy to attribute it to a sexuality thing.
Yeah.
But
and just be like, scary. Maybe I don't really like it.
Right. And I think it all just goes back down to like you're trying to lock something down that doesn't need to be locked down. And I know why, and I am greatly compassionate for it because the world is telling you need to pick a side. I get it. You don't. Official word ruling, you do not. You're okay. You've already picked a side, which is that you like who you like.
And then when your extended family members are like, hey, what are you? Just tell them to cram it.
Yeah, those specific 90s words. The words of a 90s cartoon.
Tell them to eat your shorts.
Yeah, do that. You're already attracted to various genders, so like you kind of can't lose, because if it doesn't work out, then it wasn't your person, and if it does work out, then it was your person, and then your sexuality is just kind of irrelevant, because even if, let's say, you end up like marrying a woman, you're still bisexual if that's how you feel. Like, I don't believe in this idea that you're bisexual your whole life and then you settle with one gender or another and bam, oh, I guess I was straight or gay. Like, no, that's
like finding out the mystery at the end. Like, I was straight the
right.
whole time.
Exactly. I was gay. Oh, I knew those boys that I was in love with legitimately at the time were just like, no.
Yeah.
It's okay. So I think it sounds to me like she's just, you want to define everything. And I get that because bisexuality, like, the world wants you to define it so badly. Mm-hmm. But fuck the world.
Fuck the world, says Lane Moore.
Kind of. Good.
Technically, every relationship is just a trial run. Think about it.
Which is so scary.
Yeah, it's just a trial lap around the NASCAR track of
depression. Like, I don't know why. Just that's what.
It's the Daytona 500 of. Never mind.